Hello, friends. This is Doug Zink, and this is the second episode of the Construction School of Life podcast. I sat down with Martha Rodgers, who's a longtime friend and a longtime client of our construction company, Ripley Beckman. And she has worked recently with all 5 of the guys who will be helping with the Camper Camp program this fall. She has some great things to say about them and the ethics and character that it takes to be really great mechanics and craftsmen and just really successful young men. And I hope you'll enjoy it and get some perspective about the construction world and what it takes to really have great relationships and long-term clients in the world of construction. I really appreciate you sitting down.
Sure.
Because I gave you a little bit of a background of this camper camp that's turning into a construction school over the next 18 months or so.
Which is, I think, really great. And I think you will get a lot of response for that.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yes.
And a big part of my pitch is these 5 guys that you know and that I know who have agreed to help me out this fall. I don't know if they'll help me out next summer because they're so busy, or the next fall after that. But
it's a start, and I bet they will.
I think they will.
They're very young, and they love what they do.
Yeah.
And I think that they're interested in keeping the profession going and in a smaller group, and maybe even making their group a little bit bigger, but not much, keeping it more intimate and more manageable and easier to keep track of. And so I would think that they would want to do that to help.
I think so too.
I really do. They're young and they're fun.
They're fun.
They're very good at what they do. They have a lot to teach.
I think so. And they have a lot to learn.
And they have a lot to learn.
And that's one of my things I'm guarding against is them stopping learning.
Yeah. And I don't think they will, because every situation is different. And if you ask anybody who's been here at my house and worked here, they'll tell you that they run into things that they have never seen before and were unexpected. And how do we go around this? And how do we work around it? So, that being said, I think every experience brings new knowledge.
I think you're absolutely right. It is. And that's the fun of working on old houses and houses that have been worked on before and worked on again.
Yeah. And add and change. And
changed, yes.
Yep, exactly. And I think that makes it interesting, your job. There's never a boredom.
I think so too. I mean, that's what I decided when I decided to be a carpenter, was that I wanted to work in existing homes because I thought they were going to be the most challenging.
And they are.
They're much more challenging than new construction.
Well, and I also don't feel that new construction these days is as hardy and as made as well. You can't buy the lumber that you used to buy for these old houses and things like that. And I think it's really nice to have an older house. It doesn't matter if you have more problems. It's just, I think from a new house perspective, it's more expensive to build a house these days. And not that it's cheap to keep an old house up, but you've got good bones.
Yes, I agree. And I think that's part of my interest in remodeling is also old house remodeling. I think a realtor told me the thing. There was something you can't build what you can buy.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly right.
And, you might end up spending as much over time.
Correct.
It's upkeep and things,
Mhm.
repairs,
Windows.
but you
And
can't get the bones.
you can't get the bones. And
I agree.
that's even my mom's house that we just sold. Harry Faulkner was in construction, and that was all the beams were steel.
Yeah.
And so that house, between it being steel and brick, and it will last forever
Yeah.
because it is so well built.
Mhm.
And it's good because it's on a mountain, and you get lots of breezes and, wind and things like that. And um, it's a 1932 house.
Mhm.
So, it has its issues, of course, but that's how it is.
I agree.
Yeah.
We just built a house.
Oh, did you really?
Brand new house.
Well, then I shouldn't have said what I said.
Well, no, I think it's fascinating because I think I have some things that resonate with what you just said.
Mhm.
And I think you walk into that house and you say, this is a really well-built house.
Mhm.
It, all the interior trim is done by Nico and Riley.
Which is beautiful.
It's all beautiful.
Yep.
Painting, it's a strong, solid, well-built house.
That's awesome.
And I'm not sure I like modern construction. Or I have concerns.
Yes.
I guess is what I'll say.
Yes. I do too, because even some of the things that we've replaced, like some of these posts and things like that, probably 4 years ago, they're already rotten at the bottom again. And so that's my concern of new construction is the materials that you buy. And it also depends on who builds it.
Correct.
There's a difference there. So I have to back up a little bit because you can have a really nice built new house and if you have the right people.
Absolutely.
But I guess the new houses I'm talking about are things like over here in Old Trail, and they're just put up so fast,
Yeah.
and they're built to sell and quick, and the turnover is very quick.
Yeah.
And those are the things and it's not cheap.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, we just hired, I hope, another electrician.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And one of the things that came up in the discussion about whether he'll fit with us and what he's looking for was the notion of taking the time to do it right.
Very important.
Just get it done. Doesn't matter what it looks like necessarily, just speed versus quality or longevity. So I think that's a big dividing line
Yes.
in the world.
Yes.
And also production is
Yeah.
what you're talking about, or spec building, they call it, and custom work.
Yeah. And I think that's what I find with the group that you have is the quality and the care and the cleanliness, and if it's not working, they come right back. I mean, you don't have to wait forever or something's gone wrong or all of a sudden I need you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, you come right back. And that says a lot too. You don't find that.
Well, it's so funny. I am meeting with, I hope, a group of them again this Sunday to do another podcast, talk about what it might be like to have some high school kids with them.
Yep.
And one of the prompts that I gave them was, what are the values of a carpenter or builder? And I was thinking about what my answer would be. And I must say, I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing. As I get older, negativity is a bad thing. So I'm thinking about taking this list that I've used for years, which is the list you just gave me, which is what I've always called the top 5 complaints at a cocktail party about contractors.
Yeah.
And if you do the opposite of that, that's the values.
It is.
Right?
Yes. And that's how I can recommend your group to anyone and feel very good about it. I have no problem. I'm like, "Listen," I name off everything I just said, and they're friendly. They really become your family. You can let them in your house and not worry about a thing and be gone.
That's a big one.
That's huge.
I can't tell you how many times we've taken potential clients to go look at our work. And when we walk around to the back door and it's open and we just walk in and no one's there, they're like,
Wait.
really? This is the kind of relationship you have? And it's like, yes, that's what I'm telling you. Like, we're trusted here and
Absolutely.
come and go. And
Yeah.
yeah, and we come back when we're needed.
When you're needed. And, yes, I mean, yeah, I mean, we had I this for an example, I mean, there have been many examples over the years that you guys have been amazing for us. And that's why we feel so lucky. We were sitting here.
I know, when I
Well,
walked out here.
yes,
How long ago were we sitting at
that
the
was
table?
18, 19 years ago when
Yeah,
we were
talking
talking about the
the
kitchen and
plans,
yep,
pricing, and
all of that sitting right here.
at this table.
Uh-huh, exactly. And I think about that a lot, and how different our life is now, but how I can always count on you guys to, help us out, either a new project or a problem with something going on with the house or, whatever. And, I can give a list to Chris that's a mile long, and I don't care when it's done. I mean, there's nothing emergent, but if I do have and he'll do it but if it's an emergency, he will get somebody here immediately. So, that being said, the latest emergency was, July 4th, and I'm in the pie safe looking for a, platter. And I keep hearing this noise, and I'm like, "What are the cats up to? What is going on?"
Yeah.
And next thing I know, I look at the right to my left where the plants are, and I notice all this water. And I'm like, "What is that?" And then I look up, and the ceiling is soaking wet around the light, everything dripping, drip, drip, drip. So I hated to do it, but I called Chris and I said, "I don't need you to come. I just need you to tell me how can I cut this off to shut this water off?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "I don't know." I said, "I went upstairs. I did everything you would tell me to do. I went upstairs, I checked the sinks, I can't find anything in Annie's bathroom, no water, because the last time we had water coming through the ceiling there, you and Chris came out because it was pouring through, and it was coming out the siding, out the outside, it was a mess, and that was from Annie's bathroom, the Quest,
Crossbite.
Uh-huh, and so I said, "I cannot find anything in Annie's bathroom, it's not coming from the ceiling in Annie's bathroom down, through I don't know where it's coming from. I cannot figure it out." And he said, "Okay." He said, well, he said, there's no way to cut it off if you can't find it unless you cut the whole house off. But if you can put a pot under or a bucket or something, then we'll just deal with it Monday." I said, "Fine." He said, "But if you need somebody emergently," he recommended Speedy Rooter over in Waynesboro because you guys have used them in emergency situations, and he has been very impressed by them, which I thought he was kidding at first because I'm like, "That's outside y'all's room." Absolutely not. I don't know about that. But then I asked him Monday, I said, "Were you serious?" And he goes, "Yeah." He said, we really have we can't get there."
Yeah.
They have been wonderful, which is really great to know.
It's good to have those guys.
Yes, in that situation.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, so Monday morning at 7 o'clock, Chris texts me and said, "Are you still having a problem?" And I said, "Yes." And he goes, "Well, Matthew's on his way." I'm like, "Wonderful."
Isn't that great?
And Logan came with him, and he came, and that's the point I'm trying to make. I mean, you guys help us out, but he couldn't figure out where it was coming from, and poor thing, his back was hurting, and he cut through and water just poured down him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "I am so sorry." But he was like, "No problem." He said, I do wanna go upstairs though and see what's going on up there." And he couldn't find anything, but it turns out it was because there were no pipes where it was leaking. But, there was pipes inside the wall that that then took a right to Annie's bathroom and then up. So trying to get to that spot was really hard, and he tried several different ways and had something old house,
Yeah.
couldn't get through.
Yeah.
So finally ended up putting another hole behind Annie's sink down below, and then found the problem. And he said, I just left the old pipe there. It's not gonna hurt anything, and I fixed and replaced the piping. So now we have Randy to come, I'm sure,
Really?
at some point.
You'll have
And the painter, just and everything, everybody will come on through and everything. So, but I know them, they know us.
Yeah.
And I remember Randy remembered when he came for the pantry, he remembered being out here way back when.
Mhm.
So it's like a family feeling.
That's
It's huge.
Yeah, we've always done that.
Huge. Yeah.
And it's changed
It has.
from me and Chris being the guys
Yeah.
out here
Yeah.
to these new guys, the
Yeah.
next generation.
Yeah. And Natasha.
And Natasha.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Now she's in my me and Chris's generation.
Yes, 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 exactly.
Yeah.
Which is fun, and
Good.
she's lovely, and I can text her or call her anytime. It took me a minute to get used to her being, um, not her herself, but somebody besides Chris.
Right.
Because, when we started off, you guys were doing the work, and dear fly. You guys did the work. You all were on site every day, all the time.
Yeah.
And then it went to with another project we did. Chris was here and checking in and out and doing what Natasha does now. So now I've gotten used to it now. And I talk to Natasha, which is awesome.
Yeah. She's great.
She's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
She's and turns out she knows a lot of people. I know.
Right now, she's like one of the old
Charlottesville
people.
Yeah, and it's really fun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really fun.
Yeah. So people say that it's hard to find good help these days. And that might be true, but they're still out there.
Yep. And you guys seem to find it, which is nice. I know it's trial and error sometimes, but that's for anybody. But when you find the right niche, then it's great.
Yeah. And I hear that it's changing the attitude. Have you heard that rumblings?
No, I haven't heard that.
Yeah. Someone sent me asked the AI and sent me the report. And it's something like double the number of kids from high school are going to trade school than they were 10 years ago. And double the number of people are not going to college. And
I have heard that. I heard that on the news. And I know some kids that are in trade school interning with a JES. Electrical. So both Corey's boys.
Mm-hmm.
And now Ryan, the oldest, is with Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
He was having trouble with somebody at JES, and he wanted to go to a more local, smaller group. And yes, that's changed too, because
it has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but he seems to like it. He's doing some jobs after work. They are doing
Side jobs.
some side jobs, and he's doing it with them, I think. And he's like, sure, I'll do it. He did lighting at a horse arena somewhere. That was in Goochland, I think. That was a lot, but he or Farmville or somewhere that way. And then he just recently, Corey said that he did a side job for a couple nights, and he was exhausted by it. And because he's still doing his day job too.
I know.
But
Yeah.
but he learned so much that way. I mean, and doing it, you know, on the side, you have different experiences again, and you just learn that way. The more you do it,
I know. The more you do.
the more you learn, and the better you are,
Right.
and the more confident and competent,
Right.
both.
What's the role of teaching and doing it on your like learning by doing?
That's the only way I can learn. I have to do it. Somebody can explain it to me and tell me, how to do something, and I'm like, "Wait, wait, wait. I need to do it. Let me do it. You can talk me through it. I don't want you doing it. I wanna do it, but you have to talk me through it, in order for me to learn."
Okay.
I I'm one of those that I can read it all the time over and over and over again. I'm like, "I'm not sure I understand what they want.
Yeah.
I can't figure out what they're talking about or how they want me to put,
Uh,
that screw or that bolt here," and I'm like, "I'm really confused." But just doing it myself and figuring it out, Harry is a perfect example of teaching me how to do things. He didn't do it by the book. He didn't go to school. He learned it growing up, working on a farm.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to fix a tractor, a lawnmower, you name it. A truck, a car. He can do it all. And that's the type person that are so valuable.
Those are the type people who, yeah, they learn by doing. There's a role of watching
Yes,
the videos. That's I think why YouTube is so crazy.
I know. And I don't think
See
about
somebody
it.
doing it,
Mhm.
and you're like, okay, if he can do it, I can do it.
I can do it, exactly. And I don't think about because I'm not that social media type person.
For-
So I don't think about YouTube, but there are a lot of people that do and use it and say, "Okay, this is how you do it.
Mhm.
I saw it on YouTube."
Yeah. And then if you can become discerning, you can say that's not how you do it.
Yeah, that didn't work for me.
But
This is what worked.
you don't look like you know what you're doing.
You have to be a little particular on that for sure.
For sure.
Yes, that is so funny. That's so true. But yes,
Yeah.
so, um, yeah, I think I'm definitely one of those, and I think an internship, well, in nursing school, I mean, so learning it was fine, but it wasn't on a patient necessarily. Sometimes when you're in the hospital, it is, but same sort of thing. So once you do it and in the hospital where you're working over and over and over again, it becomes like secondhand. And there's always something different because everybody's different, right? But you learn from doing. And I think that is very important.
I think so too.
And watching, as you say, watching somebody else do it a different way, and you're like, "Okay,
Yeah.
that might work for me, but this is how I do it, but I'll try your way, and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Maybe it is easier."
Yeah. My favorite response from guys over the years has been, yeah, if you show me a faster, better way to do it,
I'm all over 'em.
I'll look for it. Yeah. What do I'm not,
Yeah, I'm not saying my way's the only way.
oh no.
Yeah.
Because they've already learned that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
And they're already doing stuff different than they were 10 years ago.
Mhm. Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah. That's one of the coolest things to me about the whole doing real life things
Yeah. I
that are
agree.
over and over again, but different
Yep.
each time.
Yep. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's so true, and I think that's very important too.
Uh,
So I think interning is really important. I think, those that are working, like Nico and Riley and Matthew and, whoever, yeah, Chris, whoever it is, Cody, um, Tristan, they all have so much to teach, and I think it makes it interesting for them too.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. They've picked up on that. I think that's part of the excitement that I
Yeah.
can sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's fun to have them around because, Cody and Cody loves animals, and of course, that's right up my alley, and so it's really cute. They all do, actually. They all have their own, and they all are very nice to mine. Um, uh, and they, um Tristan loves flowers and plants, and so he and I walked around the yard one day, and we're talking about I gave him some of my plants, and it's just fun. I mean, it's fun having them here as well.
Isn't it?
Mhm.
I think that's one of the things that makes people successful is having all that varied interest. Because it's one thing just to that's all I do is carpentry or all I do is work on cars but Nico doesn't much anymore but raises bees and
Yep.
you know
He told me all about.
bees and plants and hobbies and all of that. I don't know what that is.
I don't either. I think it's a well-rounded person who and how they were raised and, they were raised outside and doing things outside and, um, learning, eh, just other interests that, I have. I'd like to spend time doing this as well as work, after work, that it brings me joy. And I like seeing it at my house and things like that. So I think it makes you a well-rounded person. And it also, in turns, allows you to be able to converse and interact with your client or, the people you're working with or whatever.
Yeah,
And I think
I agree.
that's really
I
nice.
agree.
Mhm.
Wonder is one of the words that one of my
Yeah,
friends would say.
yeah,
It's the sense of wonder.
it is.
Look at what I can do.
Yeah.
Or
What
what happens if I do that?
I know.
It,
Exactly.
uh-huh.
Exactly. I just put together a huge tower I bought for Annie's cats, and I looked at the instructions, and I'm like, "Okay, okay," but I said Brad couldn't do it, and he couldn't get upstairs, so I said, "You know what? I can do this. I'm gonna do this," and I did, and I was so proud of there was only one washer that was supposed to go somewhere, and I'm not sure where.
Oh, the extra piece.
The extra piece, and I'm like, "Well, it's really sturdy, so and I'm not gonna hook it to the wall like they want me to, so I know those parts are for the wall."
Right.
And, I said, "Ta-da, ready to go." There was one toy that I could not figure out how to do it. I was doing it backwards. So, one day when Brad did go upstairs for his study, I asked him to go in there, and I said, "Can you please help me with this? Because I can't figure this out." He got it 2 seconds. I'm like, "Okay, but done. That's it." So, those type things, I was so proud of myself because I get very frustrated with things like that I can't do. So, give me
Sure.
yard work, give me anything else that I can do and get my hands on, and then, but don't give me something like puzzles. I'm not good at puzzles or anything like that.
That's funny. Yeah. But you're doing puzzles all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Practical puzzles.
Practical ones.
Practical puzzles.
Yes. Give me something with the barn or the horses. I'm like, I can figure this out.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Huh?
I know how to do this. I'll just make it up, but I'll get it. I'll succeed.
You'll succeed and you have your encyclopedia of experience. Yeah.
Which is fun.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun. However, there are times when I'm like, if Chris shows up, I'm like, wait, can you help me with this one thing? I cannot, and he's more than happy to,
Oh, yeah.
or any of the guys actually,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
It is.
Really, really nice, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the values are becoming clear,
Yes,
right?
yes,
And then what comes out of it, the other thing I thought about while you were saying that is the satisfaction.
yes, huge,
Yeah.
huge.
I mean, I can't tell you the satisfaction I'm getting. I want to send a letter to the company that made this screen door. and the brass latch
Yeah.
on that door
Yes.
into the mudroom.
Yes.
That thing is as much use as
Yeah.
that thing has gotten.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's still there.
It's still there.
And the knob still latches.
Yep. 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 I think
And that's satisfaction. We got some good stuff.
yeah.
You did a nice job with it.
Yep.
And
And you're right, the number of people that come in and out of that door
right?
all the time. I mean, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. And that I will buy again if I need to because I feel very confident with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask you a little bit different question.
Okay.
Because this is exactly, I mean, you're saying all the things about these guys and this lifestyle and that I think should be attractive to high school kids that get in this career. And I think there's a lot of parents who should want their high school kids to spend time with these guys.
Mhm. I think they'll be very proud of them if I do that.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, when we get further down the line and we're in the school and it's a more full-time thing,
Mhm.
one of the things that we talked about earlier was new construction.
Mhm.
And to me, intertwined with that is what we do to old houses. We put air conditioning in that they didn't have. We put, in some cases, bathrooms. I mean, there's a lot of things that we put in and do to these houses that weren't there originally. Maybe they haven't been that way for 100 years.
Right. Right.
And so then we do something. The question is, what does that do for the next 100 years
Right.
to that house? Or if we build a new house, what's that going to be like in 100 years?
Right.
In my mind.
Yes.
And that leads me to building science.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Testing.
Yep.
Materials, testing methods.
Correct.
Those things.
Yes.
And now you as a client, I'm wondering what the relationship would be like for a school to test means and methods or materials
Mhm.
and then monitor them over time.
Mhm. Well, I think that's really important because otherwise you don't learn and you don't know. So, I think, I kinda think that's what we do all the time with, um, as you say, changes, or like Chris says, "Well, we're not gonna be able to use real wood for these posts and anymore because they're not holding up." And so, well, there's a new something I don't know, and he said, "It's gonna be like hardy plank or something like that, and it's gonna be it's not wood, but it's gonna last." And we'll put that there and try that.
Right.
And I said, "Okay."
And so that would be the perfect example of maybe it is I mean, it's moving from more and more to the outside of houses are not wood. None of it is wood. And some of the material, even in the last 20 years, has shown its weaknesses, say, that, start bringing my question of what is it going to be like in 100 years?
Right, exactly. Because this house was wood. Now, they've probably replaced some. We have not. The only places that we've replaced is over, like, where the porch was built and stuff like that. And so this is still real wood. Now, it's under cover. It wasn't always, but, it is, and that's all wood, but the new part is hardy plank,
Mm-hmm.
and around the other side is hardy plank. But I mean, you're right. So this has lasted forever, but I don't think real wood is the same as this real wood anymore.
No, it's not.
And so therefore, my feeling is that the new wood that you use, and I love using wood and everything, but if it doesn't last, it's not worth the money you have to, it's so expensive. And then I feel like you're just throwing away money.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of my motivation with the building science idea.
Yeah.
Longevity
Yeah.
is it gets expensive.
Yeah, it does.
Financially, it gets expensive if you're concerned about the environment with the stuff you have to throw away.
Yeah.
It doesn't last.
Yeah.
All of these things.
Exactly. Exactly. So, that's why I think I mean, Brad's a doctor. So he went through a lot of science and lab and research and all that to see what worked and what didn't work, and what do you tweak or what do you change to make that more successful. It's the same sort of thing.
The same idea.
Same thing.
It is.
And I think it's important.
It is.
Very much so.
It is. And it's been sad over the years how much stuff we've seen
Oh, yeah.
that hasn't held up.
Yeah.
That had to
I'm
be
sure.
fixed.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's materials,
Mhm.
but a lot of it's workmanship. And
Right.
the other one is maintenance.
Yes.
So it's not
Woot.
entirely always the
No.
contractor.
No. No, definitely
Look
not.
it up too.
Correct.
But it's this combination of things.
Right. And I think that is, if you do that, if you can't be a good steward to your place and can't afford it, then you need to find, and I hate to say this, but then you need to find somebody who can be a good steward.
I know.
And I hate to say that because there are a lot of people that love their place so much, but just can't keep it up. And so therefore, you really notice it. And I hope that as I get older, and I mean, Brad's older than I am, and so I kind of see things that he doesn't see. But I hope as I get older, and I tell him that if I can't afford to live here and be a good steward to this place, then I shouldn't be here. I need to find somebody who can be, because that's all I want. I mean, I want to be respectful
Right.
to the houses or anything that I have grown up in, and that's an emotional feeling too, but I just think it's so important.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you think of the house as something.
Well, it has
Just
so many
your.
it is, it's so many memories, it's so much, things that we've done together. It I look forward to more things that we do. Um, Brad Brad's relatives built this place in 1875, and I just think it's so cool. We didn't even know it when we bought that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we were looking at a family after we bought it, we were looking at the family tree because he is a McHugh, and, we were looking at the family tree to find out a name for Annie, who we didn't know was gonna be a boy or girl, and sure enough, there it showed, McHugh owned this house, and the sister house right down behind the post office, the yellow one, brother, sister. And there are more cousins and stuff out not far from here. On 151, that house just got torn down for subdivision, and that just killed me because I loved that house. But I wanna preserve it. I mean, that's a really cool thing, and we found things in the cottage when we redid the cottage. Um, you know, it said Greenwood, Virginia, just in the walls,
Yeah.
Purcell,
Huh.
McHugh, and that was Brad's relative, and, there's just a lot, and the cottage was, we found newspaper underneath the floor when we had, because it wasn't all real floor anymore. We pulled it up, and it was, the the Washington Post and the Richmond Times, um, and it was, December 1922,
Wow.
and it was the 13th and the 15th and something, and I told, um, those guys, I said, "Listen," I said, "wouldn't it be cool if you could find December 11th, 1922 newspaper? Because that's when my mom was born."
Oh my goodness.
And they did. They did.
Isn't that something?
And we were redoing it for Mom, and just so she could keep her house, but then come out and stay with us some and everything, and all one floor, one story. And then she said no once it was done.
Oh,
But that was so cool.
that is what a
So
Increment-
between the two, I mean, it's who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
And so therefore, places mean more than just a place for me. There's a connection somewhere.
Yes.
And
That's the way it is with a lot of people's homes.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have a fantastic, my ethics professor from UVA client, and she thinks about the next owner when she's making decisions
exactly.
about what to do with the house.
Making it more livable, easy livable, putting that downstairs bedroom in. Yes, it was for Brad, but for us, so Brad could, didn't have to climb the stairs all the time. But the next person will have a downstairs bedroom and bath. That's very appealing to people
Absolutely.
and makes you be able to live here longer. So, yeah, she's right. It's just planning for the
Yeah.
future.
It changes your perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to our talk about the houses and the developments.
Yes.
They're not thinking about 100
No.
years from now.
No, they aren't.
No.
I mean, those two houses that down here in Greenwood, that right in front of the sister house of this,
Yeah.
right, share the same driveway, right next to each other, on top of each other. The blue one is sold, a young family. It's on 2-point-something acres. The other one's on 2-point-something acres. The white one's sale pending, 1.999. That's a ton of cash.
It's the costs of things are,
So crazy. Well,
yeah,
but the land was $1 million.
was it? Things have changed, huh?
Blows me away. I'm like, wow, I couldn't afford that.
Well, I know. Honestly, I think I might have been just thinking about that this morning, maybe yesterday, because I've been thinking about old houses
Yeah.
and the construction school and keeping them up and all of this. And I was like, I couldn't afford this house.
Mm-mm.
I can't afford to buy my own house.
Right. Right. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. If the value's gone up 4 times in the last 20
You couldn't
years,
buy it.
I might pay it. My income hasn't gone up 4
No.
times.
No, we couldn't pay that for this. I mean, we got a steal for this, obviously, when we bought it 25 years ago this year. September is when we moved in. 25 years ago. This coming September.
Yeah. I know, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for younger guys. I I heard one younger guy say I had been saving for a house
Right.
and kind of thought it might not ever happen.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's sad
that's
too.
got away from it.
Mhm.
It was going up faster than we could keep up.
Yeah. But then there are some people that aren't savers and think, okay, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to buy it. And kudos to them. But then what happens later on when you need money, when you retire and things like that? Maybe they've made enough by then. Maybe they sell the house and move to something different.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, I think we've been going through this thing about senior living and all these places like the Lodge at Old Trail and the Colonnades and Westminster Canterbury and all this stuff. And Brad and I have no desire.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends do. They want less upkeep, that's so easy, but that's expensive.
It's expensive.
And that's it. I mean, you pretty much commit yourself, and some of them require deposits that you don't get back.
I know.
And I don't want that either. I want to be able to have my animals, and I want to be in my own house. Yes, finding a home health will be probably difficult, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know. We didn't have trouble with Mom, and we were lucky. And it was not a company. It was, just word of mouth and everything. We were very lucky. But I hope I find somebody like that.
Yeah.
And that's what my plan is. And I don't want to leave. I want to be able to sit out here and read, but I also want to be able to keep this place up.
That's the tough thing, right?
Yep, but that's why I'm counting on you guys. you youngsters to keep it up. Just keep staying with me. And
Absolutely.
I mean, just like Justin. I mean, here we didn't even mention him and Corey, his friend Corey.
Uh-huh.
They're amazing. They're young. I mean, Justin's gonna be 30 this week.
30 Saturdays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Corey's 22, I think.
Okay.
And I'm like, holy smokes, you guys. Okay, I feel good because I'm gonna be gone before y'all get old enough to retire.
Right? Yeah.
And that's what I'm counting on because I trust they're another part of your team. I trust them. I depend on them. They do an amazing job. And so you've got a great team.
Mm-hmm.
You really do.
I know. I think it puts the lie to the kids aren't worth anything these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're exactly right.
It's-
Now I mean,
course,
it's crazy, but that's even adults.
I
That
know.
it's not just kids, it's even adults. And I think, what is wrong with these people? But yes, there are good kids out there that will be amazing electricians. We need them.
We need them, and those guys look like they're having fun.
Yes.
They look like they're enjoying. It's like you said before, they have their hobbies.
Yep.
They're
Yep.
happy to come to work.
Absolutely. And they're nice. There was only one person that came out, not recently. This was a while ago, to look at the roof. Chris got him to come out because it was leaking. He didn't like dogs. He was grumpy. And I'm like, Chris, don't ever ask him to come back out here again because that is not my thing. My thing is to be friendly and get to know everybody, make sure, do they need something to drink? They need something to eat, make them feel at home, appreciate them. That's what I want. That guy didn't want any part of me, my dogs, everything. And I'm like, yep, no, I don't need him again.
Yeah.
It just totally turned me off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he said, okay. I don't even remember who it was, but anyway, that was the only one person in how many years? I mean,
Yeah.
and that says a lot.
It does. It says a lot. Because life is short, actually.
Life is very short.
And
Never know.
having bad experiences and having bad reputations, having bad relationships.
Yeah, you don't get very far that way.
No. No.
No, not at all.
No. No, there's people who are afraid to make eye contact with people on the downtown mall when they see them because of the way they've done business with each other.
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm so happy when people come up.
I know.
Every time I'm like, yeah, I'm doing something right.
It's so true. And I'm proud of my group.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that also falls back on you guys, you and Chris.
Well,
I think
yeah.
that says a lot about you guys.
There's a lot setting standards.
Mhm.
Because as accommodating as Chris is, as on the ball as and as service oriented as he doesn't put up with much.
Do I have a second?
Oh, sure.
Sorry.
Yeah, all right, Bob. But
Yeah, thank you. Hold on one second. I got a paging.
well, we're back. We were talking. Standards.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yes.
Has high standards.
Yes, he does. And he doesn't accept anything less. And I think that's a really good thing.
I do too.
It's very important these days. And it shows with the team that you have. I mean, he says, well, like with the floor guy, Igor, he couldn't quite figure out how to do the walk into the dining room because the hallway floor is higher. And he put something in there, and I just said, Chris, I just don't think that's going to work because I'm afraid Brad's going to trip on it. And so Nico was coming out for something else. And so we talked about it. And Nico, Chris said, I think we need just one piece of wood, I mean, he's had so much experience, he knows. And I said, yeah, I'd love to match what's in the hallway. And he said, well, we're not going to be able to quite match that because that's a little bit wider and more space, but we can do we could do something similar. Well, they came up with something that works great. And we expect it because we're used to the one in the hallway, and it's not easy. It's not not too slanted, and so it's really nice for Brad. So Chris knew. He said, and he even saw it, and he just said, "Yeah, I don't think that's going to work." So his standards are very high, but he figures it out without, because he thinks that, Igor is very nice too and very good at what he does. So and Igor said, well, I can't do anything different. Maybe Chris can do something.
Right.
So they work together, and they have you're right. He has a very high standard because he wants everybody to be happy. And that's hard because not everybody's happy.
Not everybody's happy.
And I don't know how he deals with it so calmly when people aren't happy and drive him nuts.
Right.
Because he's doing the best he can.
He is. And as long as everyone's working together and on the same team,
right,
that goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
There have been occasions where it doesn't feel like we're on the same team.
Yeah.
And
then,
he kind of gives.
Yes.
Because he'd rather give than...
Yeah. Than cause a
real... Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
And it's kind of tough sometimes because I think he probably could stand up and say, no, I don't think this is my fault. I don't think this is something
Correct.
that we did. Yeah.
And I probably would. That's why he's so good at what he does. And I would say, yeah, that's not happening because we did the right thing and I think that's your problem.
I know. I have a little bit more of that too.
And that's why I always look at Chris and I'm like, wow, how do you do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you do that? But he does. He does it well.
He does it well. He's built a lot. Yeah. The relationship and the fairness.
Mm-hmm. And I think everybody looks up to him too and appreciates his feedback and his knowledge. And if they have questions or concerns, Chris is the first person they reach for and say, how should we do that? Yeah. Or this is my situation. I'm going to have to do this and this and this. Is that okay? Do you have another solution before I do it?
Uh-huh.
And
all of those things. Yeah. Yeah. Riley, in our last we did one of these with Riley, Justin, and Tristan.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, how fun.
So that'll be available.
Oh, that's so cool.
And Riley said Chris is the best project manager he's ever worked with. Which I
totally agree.
Didn't surprise me.
No.
Yeah.
And it almost makes you feel like, Chris is part of our family because we've known him for so long. And these other guys, these young guys, will be also because they've been out helping us. They're lovely. They do good work. They'll do whatever you want them to do or ask them to do, and they'll say, sure. Just if you need something else, just call us. Let us know. That's really nice.
Isn't it? Yeah.
And that's why I like a small company, small group.
Yeah, I think small makes a difference.
Yes.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
It is different.
It is different. It is different. And I can't leave out Raphael.
Oh, yeah.
And Raphael, I've known him since way back when. And I think about every time I see the flower in the middle of my patio, I smile at that because he put that, I didn't ask for it. He put that in for me. And it's beautiful and I love it. And just the little touches like that. And I know he's grown and I know he's got different teams and everything like that. But I was so amazed to see him out here.
There.
And I said, hi, Raphael, what are you doing? I said, I didn't know you were coming. And he was so cute because I said, Raphael, I understand you squeezed me in and I thank you so much. I said, I know I'm not UVA and I am not Farmington or Boar's-Head, but you still fit me in and I really appreciate it. And it means a lot. And it does. He's the best of the best with stuff like that. And he and John and they're lovely.
Yeah.
And there, once again, loved my dogs, he asked about Annie. And that he hadn't seen Annie in forever, and I asked about what his son was doing. It was really fun because they're a little she's a little bit older. Because he's just finishing
He's chill.
college
Yeah.
at CNU, and Annie is just she has one more year in graduate school, so a little bit different, but not much.
No.
No, and he was little when Raphael came out here initially.
Yeah.
So, it's really fun. I mean, that's the family feeling, and I know Raphael has done really well, and I'm so proud of him, and he's really busy. But good for him.
Good for him. He works hard and does good
He
work,
does.
and things he did 20 and 25 years ago are still there.
Yep, and that's why everybody wants it.
Yeah, and they might be there in another 75
Yep,
years.
I bet they will unless somebody tears it down.
Tears it down or
Yep.
puts salt all over it. You run into it with their car or all of those things.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly right.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so same thing.
it's a cool dynamic.
It is. It's really cool, and it's very special. Very
It is.
special.
It's very satisfying.
Mhm. Mhm.
I say it's pleasant life.
Mhm.
It's hard work.
It's hard work, and it's hard keeping everybody together, and because you have all different projects and all different and I guess that's what Natasha's doing,
Mm.
and Chris, and trying to keep everybody organized in different places, and then
As
have emergencies like me, and that holds up something, and, um, so, yeah. So it does take work
Mhm.
to keep it all together,
Yeah.
but it works most of the times. I'm sure there are times
Right. And
that
those are our best
right.
learning. Those are our best learnings.
Yes, exactly.
The hardest drives.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very true.
Well, I think that's a pretty good wrap up
Awesome.
of what just the magic of this lifestyle and this experience is.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward to finding those high schoolers.
Yeah, me too. I think you're gonna do great with them.
I think
I
it's gonna be
think it's
great.
gonna be wonderful, and they'll be really lucky. They will be very lucky, and to find the ones that really wanna do that.
Yeah, they're really into it, have those values, even at the young age,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. That's really
I
important.
think it kind of, as you said earlier, it's going to come a lot from how they were raised.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to meeting the parents too.
Yeah, I think
Very
that'll
much.
tell a lot.
And just again, relationships and that dynamic of, it's a lot of responsibility to say, come on and go to school with
For sure.
us,
Yep.
and you'll be better off for it.
Yep. It is. And sometimes I'm sure, depending on the parent, you're gonna have to, um, um, what do I wanna say? Not promise them, but, just encourage them that this is gonna be a good experience for their child, because they may want them to go to college.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
and the child might be saying, "I really don't wanna go to college. I'm not ready." Or even if they take a gap year, they might come and be an intern with you and then say, "This is what I wanna do."
Mm.
That's perfect.
Yes. Yeah.
It's hard work.
It's hard work. It's different,
Yep.
though, than working in an office
Yep.
or working for a bank
Yep.
or
Whatever.
all of those
Yeah.
kind of jobs. It's a different mindset and a different lifestyle, and I think there's different people,
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
which is perfect for.
Yeah. I agree.
And there's a lot of honor
Mhm.
and value in the work.
And who wouldn't wanna have a change of scenery every time you go to work? And you can be inside, you can be outside, you can be both. To me, I think that would be awesome.
Isn't that
It's
fun?
never boring.
That's exactly that. I worked in a cabinet shop, and we built furniture as well.
That's really cool.
It's great, good experience. But after a while, it was a little repetitive, and I was going to the same place all the time, to the shop. And I saw those remodel carpenters.
Yep.
They go to different jobs after
Every day.
a while.
Yeah.
And they might be someplace for 6 months or
Right.
12 months, but
Then they go somewhere
they
different.
go someplace else, and then maybe they come back a few
Right.
years later.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's very
And
exciting.
that was a big thing for me, too.
Yeah.
The variety, the problem solving,
Mhm.
getting to work on old things, and the extra challenge of that. Yeah.
Very much so. It's interesting you say that because the guy who built our barn, I don't know if I ever told you this, you probably, he came and lived with us while he built the barn. He built furniture. And he was a friend of my brother's in Asheville. And he recommended him, and Jonathan was up for the game, and he lived with us for 2 months, maybe?
Yeah, I bet.
Had only 3 tools. His dad built barns, but he had never built a barn. 3 tools, did everything by hand, turned his pegs. It's all pegged and everything, and needed a crane for 1 day for 3 hours to put it up.
Yeah.
Had to tap 2 different things, and that was it the whole time,
Yeah.
and got that barn up there. And that was pretty amazing.
It's pretty cool to see.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool.
It is.
And every day he was out there, and he was tiny. He was good to Annie. He had a son that was older. And I will remember that. Brad was never here. He was always at work,
Yeah.
but always fascinated because he loved woodworking.
Yeah.
Just loved the job that
Yeah.
Jonathan did.
Yeah.
It was cool.
That reminds me of something I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
I've joked that the guys go to work and do things that their wives and girlfriends might be scared to death of seeing them do. And I was wondering if you've had that experience of looking out a window and saying, "What is that guy doing? That looks dangerous."
Let me think about that. I don't think I've ever felt that. The only thing that I think one time somebody was looking at the top or up on the chimney.
Uh-huh.
We're looking at the chimney on the roof.
On the roof.
That's and the gutters.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, yeah, no. Nope, I don't do that. I wouldn't do that. You couldn't pay me enough to do that because I'm like, no way. The smaller ones, yes, but
Okay.
not the top ones.
Okay, so heights.
Heights
Because they're doing inherently dangerous things
all the time.
but you're used to that too.
Yeah.
Horses are dangerous.
Yep. Yep.
But we're doing things that are inherently dangerous.
Yep. Yeah.
But we do them safely.
But you do, yeah.
Yeah.
You do it very safe. Probably electrical things, they bother me because I don't know enough about it. However, I told Chris I was going to ask Cody for a job because Chris taught me how to change those new ones that are all in one in the lights. And
the recessed lights. Yeah.
And I was like, I was going to change a bulb, and I am not changing a bulb in our bathroom.
thing.
Yes, exactly. How do I do that? And he tried to explain it to me over the phone, and I'm like, oh, yeah, no, you're going to have to show this to me because I have no idea how to do this. So after I learned how to do that, I said, I am a qualified electrician, and I am going to tell Cody I need a job. And he's like, oh, no, you're not. No, you're not. I said, okay, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah, electrician, that I don't understand.
It's amazing. That is the people who are afraid of electricity almost all say that. You can't see it. You don't know how. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's not for me.
And it's a good thing to be afraid of.
Yeah. You don't want to mess around with it. No, I agree with you.
Much.
No, that and gas lines. Okay, I'm adding now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about different stuff. Gas lines, because you hear about Glenmore and all these things, and I'm thinking, oh. But I know it's been done correctly because you guys did it. So I'm not worried about it, but those are things that scare me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's it, though.
Yeah.
Snakes, nothing like that. I
Okay.
think that's all. That's the only thing
Okay.
that worries me.
Yeah, because there's a big thing about safety,
Mm-hmm.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you can go too far.
Oh, sure.
You're being too safe.
Yes. Yeah, I do too.
Becomes dangerous.
Yes,
Actually.
because then you're very nervous, and then you're just setting yourself up to be hurt because you're stewing and worrying all the time and not really thinking about what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. It's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's also fun to do dangerous things.
always fun to be naughty and just try things out
Yeah.
that you're like,
Ride my mountain bike down through the woods too fast.
yeah, exactly.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's really fun. We had, as we were riding up the mountain, we had some guy from Old Trail, was not allowed up there,
Yeah.
came flying down on his mountain
Off
bike
the mountain.
behind us
Oh, boy.
with horses.
Yeah, that's not a good combination.
That is not. Around the corner,
No.
he has no idea, skidded, almost turned on his side because he was going so fast.
Hmm.
And I'm like, hi. And luckily I was on a horse at that time that was this one that I have now probably wouldn't do well with it, but that one was sensible enough. And I said, um, I ride up here and I do have permission to be up here. And do you have permission to be up here? And he goes, no, I come from Old Trail and I ride up Cap Mountain and then come down this way. And I said, well, it's really not the best thing to do, especially when people are up here riding or walking or anything. And I said, it's not great for you either. You could get hurt. And I said, it's probably not the best thing to be up here. And I probably wouldn't do it again. And there are signs posted and stuff.
No,
So he did it again about 2 months later with his son.
Oh.
So there were two of them come flying down the mountain around the corner and skidded right behind us, almost hit Mac. And luckily Mac is very good, but Annie was on Mac. And I was not as nice that time. And I said, I'm sorry. But didn't we have a conversation about this and how it wasn't safe and you could get yourself hurt as well as some other people?
Yeah.
And
You don't have permission to be here.
and you don't have permission to be here. And so I told Mayor Buford about it. And because, she's part of that whole land and she's one of the ones that gave me permission.
Yeah.
And she said, Martha, she said, I wouldn't have told him that you didn't own this land and you had permission to be up here. I would have said, I own this land and you don't have permission to be up here, so don't do it again. And I'm like, well, next time I will.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I haven't had it next time because we haven't been up there much. But
That'll be hard for you to do.
it would be very hard. I said, okay,
You can do it.
but I can do it.
Especially the third time.
Well, yeah. And after telling him the first time and then the second time,
Yeah.
that's not a good role model for his son either.
Correct.
And so I said, it really is not smart. Any of us can get hurt because of this, like I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
anyway, that's it.
Yeah.
But yes, that's not safe, mountain biking as fast as you can down a mountain.
No.
I wouldn't recommend that.
I know. I tried to stop skiing too.
Oh, yeah. I
And
did stop.
And
But
I found myself back out
Back
there.
out where?
Here.
Out west or
No, out in West Virginia.
in West? It's no.
On the down timberline,
Oh, yeah.
but on the downhill, on the ski lift.
Oh, no.
It was a lot of fun. What can I say? It was a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
And
It is.
Blew out my knee.
Yes,
But-
exactly. And then you're like
I don't want to be, like you were saying, the
afraid
fear
of
thing.
everything.
Fear thing is something I'm really
Yeah.
hoping it's just not my time.
Yep.
And my knee is meant to stay with me
Yep.
for a long time.
Yep.
And
Yep. I know. Yes, because if you can't have your knee, your back, your feet, it's hard to do things.
it is.
Shoulders. So, yes, you can do fun things, but you have
I know. You gotta make your choices. Well,
to be
thank
safe. You're welcome. Thank you for asking. happy to do it.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.